Number 49, integral of 1 over x square root of 4x plus 1 dx. So let's go down a list of techniques. Do I see an obvious substitution from the chain rule? I don't right away. Can we do integration by parts? Well, it is a product of things, but maybe let's try to avoid that for now. Not a trig integral. I don't want to do a trig sub for this one. And I can't directly do partial fraction decomposition because there's a square root in the way. So we're either left with by parts or let's try substituting something. So let's try substituting. Maybe let's let u be the square root term. There's probably multiple ways you can go about this, but I'm going with my gut. So let's let u be the square root term. So then u squared is 4x plus 1. And 2u du is 4 dx, which means u du is 2 dx, or dx is half u du. Okay, so then our integral becomes dx, we just said was half u du. X is, if we look in the second line, u squared is 4x plus 1. It'll be u squared minus 1 over 4. That's x. And then the square root term is u. Okay, so we got to simplify this now. So on the bottom, you would have u squared minus 1, which is u plus 1, u minus 1, and then we still have the u. Dividing by a fourth is the same thing as multiplying by 4, so 4 times half is 2, and then actually these u's cancel, so you just left the u plus 1, u minus 1 on the bottom, and then du on the top. Okay, so this is partial fraction decomposition. I'll go through the motions of it. We can even lump the 2 in if we want. 2 over u plus 1, u minus 1 is, these are linear, non-repeating, so a over u plus 1 plus b over u minus 1, multiply both sides by u plus 1, u minus 1. 2 is equal to a times u minus 1 plus b times u plus 1. So when u is equal to 1, we get 2 is equal to 2b, so b is equal to 1. When u is equal to negative 1, we get 2 is equal to negative 2a, a is equal to negative 1 then. When you have factors that are different than 2 squares, and only that, usually the coefficients are kind of symmetric, kind of like that, okay? So then this becomes negative 1 over u plus 1 plus 1 over u minus 1 du. I keep hitting the erase button, my bad. Okay, let me erase this stuff over here. Okay, but we know how to integrate this now. They're just natural logs. That's the benefit of partial fraction decomposition. Let me shift this up. Okay, so this is negative ln of absolute value u plus 1 plus ln absolute value u minus 1 plus c. And then we just got to back substitute some negative ln of square root of 4x plus 1 plus 1 plus ln of absolute value square root of 4x plus 1 minus 1, close the absolute values, plus c. Here's one variation of the final answer. Of course, you can simplify it by combining the logs and all that, but this should be good enough. All right, so what was the thought process here? It was either a substitution or by parts. I chose to go the substitution route, which led to a partial fraction decomposition.